Have you ever wondered how scientists classify the millions of species on Earth? In the grand tapestry of life that covers our planet, one might wonder, how do we make sense of it all? The answer lies in a scientific discipline known as taxonomy. Taxonomy, derived from the ancient Greek words for arrangement and method, is the science of naming, defining and classifying all the diverse organisms that inhabit our world. It's like an intricate filing system for life itself, grouping organisms based on shared characteristics into a hierarchical structure. This system ranges from the broadest categories, like domains and kingdoms, all the way down to the most specific, the species. But who started this colossal task of cataloguing life? Meet Carl Linnaeus, a Swedish botanist, physician and zoologist from the 18th century. Regarded as the father of modern taxonomy, Linnaeus developed a system that transformed the way we understand biodiversity. His system, known as Linnaean taxonomy, introduced a hierarchical structure for categorizing organisms. But it was his invention of binomial nomenclature, a two-part naming system, that truly revolutionized taxonomy. This system, which is still in use today, assigns each species a unique two-part Latin name. The first part represents the genus, a group of closely related species, while the second part, the specific epithet, identifies the species within the genus. This system allowed for a uniform, universally accepted way of naming organisms, which was a significant advancement in the scientific world. Through his meticulous work, Linnaeus managed to bring order to the biological chaos. His system provided a clear, consistent method for naming and classifying the multitude of life forms on Earth, thereby enabling scientists to communicate about species with precision and clarity. So, the next time you marvel at the diversity of life on our planet, remember the groundbreaking work of Carl Linnaeus. And thus, Linnaeus set the foundation for a system that would help us make sense of Earth's vast biodiversity. But taxonomy, much like the species it classifies, has evolved. From its inception by Carl Linnaeus, taxonomy has undergone a series of transformations, adapting to new knowledge and technologies, much like the organisms it seeks to categorize. The Linnaean system of classification, while revolutionary in its time, was not without its limitations. It was primarily based on observable characteristics, but as we know, appearances can be deceptive. The advent of genetic research in the 20th century revealed startling truths. Organisms that looked alike were not always closely related, and those that appeared different often shared a common genetic heritage. This revelation led to a paradigm shift in taxonomy. The focus shifted from mere physical traits to genetic similarities, giving birth to what we now call phylogenetic taxonomy. This modern approach to classification aims to construct the tree of life, tracing the evolutionary relationships among organisms, both living and extinct. But how did we get here? The answer lies in the advancements in theory, data, and analytical technology. The discovery of DNA and its role in heredity gave us a new tool to probe into the secrets of life. As our understanding of genetics deepened, we began to unravel the intricate relationships among organisms. The advent of computer technology provided another significant boost. It allowed us to process vast amounts of data, something that was unthinkable in Linnaeus's time. Today we can sequence entire genomes and compare them, revealing the hidden connections that bind all life together. Another key advancement was in the field of analytical technology. High-powered microscopes, electron microscopes, and other sophisticated tools have allowed us to explore life at a cellular and molecular level, adding another layer of depth to our understanding. These three elements, theory, data, and technology, have come together to transform the field of taxonomy. They have enabled us to move beyond the superficial traits and delve into the core, the genetic blueprint that defines each organism. The essence of taxonomy remains, but its methods have been refined for a deeper understanding of our natural world. As we continue to explore, with each new discovery, taxonomy will continue to evolve, refining our understanding of life on Earth and our place within it. So, how do we classify organisms today? Well, the modern system of classification has been designed to reflect the evolutionary relationships among all living organisms, both extinct and extant. It's a hierarchical system, much like a family tree, that groups organisms based on shared characteristics, from the broadest to the most specific. Let's start at the top. The first level is the domain. There are 3 domains: archaea, bacteria, and eukarya. Archaea and bacteria are composed of single-celled organisms with no nucleus, while organisms in the eukarya domain have cells with a nucleus. Next, we have the kingdom. Traditionally, there were only 2 kingdoms, plants and animals. But as our understanding of life expanded, so did the number of kingdoms. Today, 5 kingdoms are widely accepted: Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. Each kingdom is further divided into a phylum, which groups organisms based on more specific shared characteristics. For instance, all vertebrates belong to the phylum Chordata. Phyla are divided into classes. Take mammals, for example, which form the class Mammalia within the phylum Chordata. Classes are split into orders, like the order Primates, which includes humans, monkeys, and apes. Orders are divided into families. We humans belong to the family Hominidae, also known as the great apes. Each family is then split into a genus. Humans belong to the genus Homo. Finally, the most specific level of classification, the species. This is where we get our complete scientific name, Homo sapiens. This modern system of classification, often called Linnaean taxonomy, after its founder Carl Linnaeus, is much more than just a naming system. It's a way of organizing the vast diversity of life on Earth, reflecting the evolutionary relationships among species. This modern system allows us to see the connections between species, painting a picture of life's complex web. Now let's delve into the practical side of taxonomy. This fascinating field is not just about creating lists of names. It serves as the backbone of biological studies, with practical applications that extend far beyond the classroom. Imagine you're a scientist who's just discovered a new organism. How would you communicate your discovery to the world? You'd use taxonomy, of course. But it's not as simple as giving it a name and calling it a day. There are rules and systems in place to ensure that each organism is named and classified in a way that reflects its natural relationships with other organisms. This process involves examining the organism's shared characteristics and then assigning it to a specific taxon, which is a group of organisms. The taxon can be at any level in the taxonomic hierarchy, from domain, the broadest category, all the way down to species, the most specific. But here's where it gets tricky. What if you're dealing with a group of organisms and you need to define the species within that group? This is known as the species problem, and it's one of the biggest challenges in taxonomy. Because species are defined based on shared characteristics, there can be a lot of grey area when it comes to determining where one species ends and another begins. This can lead to practical challenges, such as difficulties in conservation efforts, as well as theoretical challenges, like understanding the process of speciation or how new species are formed. Despite these challenges, taxonomists continue to refine their methods and techniques, always striving for a more accurate and comprehensive understanding of the world's biodiversity. The work they do is crucial, as it provides a foundation for other biological disciplines, from ecology to evolutionary biology. Despite its challenges, taxonomy is an indispensable tool in biological studies. It's the language we use to talk about life on Earth, and it shapes our understanding of the intricate web of relationships that connect all living things. So, why does taxonomy matter to us? This question might have crossed your mind as we journeyed through the complex world of taxonomy. Well, the answer is more profound than you might imagine. To begin with, taxonomy is the key to understanding biodiversity. By identifying, naming, and classifying species, we can better understand the immense variety of life forms on our planet. The knowledge we gain from taxonomy informs conservation efforts, helping us to prioritize species and ecosystems that are particularly vulnerable. Next, let's consider the field of medicine. Taxonomy plays a crucial role here too. By classifying organisms, we can identify those that cause diseases and those that can be used to cure them. For instance, the classification of bacteria and viruses aids in the development of vaccines and antibiotics. Now let's turn our attention to agriculture. Farmers rely on taxonomy to identify and classify crop species, pests, and beneficial organisms. This knowledge helps in making informed decisions about crop selection, pest control, and the use of fertilizers. But it doesn't stop there. Taxonomy also has a significant role in biotechnology. By classifying organisms at the genetic level, we can identify species with desirable traits for genetic modification. This can lead to the development of more resilient and productive crops, or the creation of biofuels and biodegradable plastics. Furthermore, taxonomy helps us understand the history of life on Earth. By studying the relationships between different species, we can piece together the evolutionary puzzle, shedding light on how life has evolved over billions of years. In essence, taxonomy is like a vast library of life. It allows us to catalogue, study, and appreciate the incredible diversity of life on Earth. It equips us with the knowledge to make informed decisions about our world, from conserving biodiversity to developing new medicines and sustainable technologies. Through taxonomy, we not only classify life, but also understand and appreciate the intricate connections within it.